Welcome to Thought for March the 30th. Our readings today are Numbers chapters 12 and 13, Proverbs 8 and 9, and Luke chapter 22. And our thought is, like grasshoppers. Can you imagine yourself as a member of the Israelites who miraculously escaped from Egypt? After seeing all the remarkable plagues, the wonder of the crossing of the Red Sea, then camping beside Mount Sinai, with the earth shaking and quaking, the clouds, the fire, and the voice from the mountain. After that, the miraculous provision of manna, also quails, and the water from the rock. Then the teamwork to build the tabernacle as the centre of worship, with the divine presence indicated by fire and cloud. The next celebration of a Passover 1 year and 1 month after leaving Egypt. Surely, if we had been part of all that, our confidence and anticipation of God's power to lead us to the promised land would be very great. Well, might we be astonished at what we read today in Numbers? Why did 10 of the 12 spies sent to explore the land come back in such a negative frame of mind? Although they said the land flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit, chapter 13 verse 27, they spoke against 2 other spies who came back and said, "Let us go up at once and occupy the land, for we are well able to overcome it," verse 30. But the 10 said, "We are not able, for they are stronger than we are. All the people we saw are of great height. We seem to ourselves like grasshoppers." Verses 31 to 33. We are going to read of God's anger with them because of this failure of faith, after all the evidence they had experienced of his power that had surrounded them to their benefit. Let us examine all the evidence for our own faith. How strong are our convictions in serving God? If serious difficulties arise, will our faith falter? Will we only follow in the way of faith when all is readily provided and there are deliverances and blessings? Recall that remarkable Psalm 139 we read recently. David wrote, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." Verses 23 and 24. Next month, we will read Moses' final message to the people before he dies. "And you shall remember the whole way the Lord your God has led you these 40 years in the wilderness, that he might humble you, testing you to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep his commandments or not." Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 2. It was a message to the next generation, for their parents had died during the 40-year journey. They had learnt their lesson the hard way. Are we sure we have learnt ours? If massive problems arise as this world falls apart, will we seem like grasshoppers? Or will our faith be such as to give us full assurance? Well, thank you very much for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, remembering that they are a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.